Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, December 26th. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. Santa brought me a new camera, a Lumix GH6. So once I figure out how to use it, and Santa didn't realize that you had to buy a lens with it. It didn't come with a lens. So Santa's got to send a lens. But anyway, once I figure that out, that should make these a lot better. Well, my camera this GoPro 10 keeps shutting off because it says the battery's low, even though it's not. It's just cold. We had a frosty morning here, 20 degrees. Try this again. Try this again. All right, frosty morning. You can see ice out on the water. I'm going to come back out here. I'm going to come back out here and get rid of all this and start working my way down there. So before this thing shuts off again, before it shuts off, I didn't make it. So I'm going to get to work, and hopefully this camera will warm up a little bit. All right, it was a long time warming up this morning. And I took a few cranks. Get it going. I opened the window, but I got the heat on at least. See if she wants to move. So fast, don't they? Oh, she's slow. Come on. back digging again. It's been a while. Finishing the memorial roof and working on the greenhouse. There'll be a video coming on that of the 2-year how it is harbor-free greenhouse is after 2 years, and what I've had to do to it. That's one of my most watched videos, believe it or not. A lot of people interested in those. I gotta get as much out of here as I can. Get it later. Well, let me go see what Miss Wonderful is up to, and I'll put this back on in a bit. All right, here's an interim. Warming up the dozer. I'm gonna blade this off, push this stuff back up there, and when I stop to let it idle down, I see something dripping, but I think it's just ice and water that's dripping out. I hope, because I don't know where it'd be coming from over there. And it's here, and it's just water. There's nothing I can see. So I think it was just water that was in the turntable. That's why it didn't want to spin before. I think there was ice in there, so now it's melting. I hope. We shall see. Spot. Get out as far as I can reach. I can still get the camera. That's the most important part. You don't want to leave that stranded. Starting to thaw out, just like the machine was when that was ice that was coming out of there. It's up into the 40s now. yellow right there. You could not drive on that. No siree, Bob. I'll be lucky to walk back after jiggling it. I'll be lucky to go get the camera. May have to come in from the other way. Jiggle, look at that. Can you see that? That's why you can't. Look at that. Here's how I push the pile. I should have put the camera on sooner, but while it's still wet, I've shown this before, but I can push it and get it out from the dozer easier. And it gives me more room to put more material here, and I don't have to lift up so high to get over the top. Controls worked a little faster, I might get a little more done, but alright, that's good enough for now. Alright, there's it pushed up the hill and over the other side. It's not perfect because I'm going to do it again and again, probably 3 more times, but I'll just give you a look over the edge. Shadow's not going to help, but I got quite a bit. I still got to get the rest of this. I just had nowhere else to put it without moving it, so you can see how much I'm taking out, and it's going to go, you know, all the way back to there. Even that hill, I'm going to reach over and flip that off, so that will be knocked down as well. And again, I didn't want to go out there a little too squishy. If it froze for like 2 weeks, I probably would have gone out on it, but that's all right. It'll give a little variation for the fish out there. It'll be fine. So I'm going to do another cut back, and I did start to blade that down just a little bit. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to go farther towards the driveway or bring it this way. I'm not sure, but that at least took away that big crevasse and the hill or the cliff that was there. So when I get over this side, I'll figure out what I'm going to do. I'll probably just take this. If I'm going to leave it there, I'll take what I'm standing on here and just blade that down into that corner. And I still have to fix a lot of that as well. All right, here's another interim. So this is one cut, so you could see about what I get out in one sitting, so to speak, one placement. And I'll show you over the hole. Again, this shadow. It's not good, but that's probably 16 feet. It's about down what I'm able to get. So you can see what I've done so far. And I'm going to move this now. I'll bring the excavator up here. I'm going to move it as far. I'll come up here, throw it up that way, and then I will push it with the dozer over the cliff there and extend that closer to where it needs to go. So I think that's a pretty good shot right there. All right, here's moving the pile. Shown it before in other videos, but I take the middle so that I can pull the other sides down, and I just kind of spread it out a little bit so I can push it easier. I'll get as much as I can there. I'll reach as far that way as I can, and then I'll move backwards. See, if you make a hole in the middle, then you can pull more of that pile towards yourself. It's a lot easier to move the pile than you've done. right, so here's what I did. You can't really tell, but this is just today, and I'm going to finish tomorrow, so this isn't going to be the ending. But found another cable. They just keep popping up. So, oh, the geese are there. So you can kind of see the sun is going to glare. I don't like that. But I probably put 6 feet up on that angle, so it's less steep. And you can see down there how much water, look at how much water has popped up. So anybody that thinks this isn't going to hold water and fill up, I think that you are wrong, and I hope so. But again, you get no depth perception, but that's probably, I would say, 20 feet down right there. And it's pretty neat. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the different layers, there's beautiful red dirt, which is orange really, but they call it red. And then you've got the different layers of clay and sand right here. So this is really good stuff. So this is all going to go. So I am going to go back. I mean, it's probably 60, 70 feet I'm going to take out of here. So this is a lot of material. So I'm happy with that. And I'm down, that's probably down about 8 feet from water level right there. So this is going to be a deep spot all the way from back here. So let's go back up, get out of the sun if we can. If I come in from the other angle, once I get the lens for the new camera, things will look a lot better. So you can see there in the difference in the color because it's wet. So that's about 4 feet right there. And let's just get down to the end. So you can see how much it wasn't. I didn't just lessen the slope. I pushed a lot over the edge as well. And it's drying out. But it's about from there. That part started to dry. And that is about 10 feet tall right there. So that was from I didn't really start because of the cold. This morning it was probably 11:30 by the time I started, and I stopped at about 3 o'clock. So all right, we'll get started. We'll get back to it tomorrow. And more of it still just dripping out of that spot right there. Well, this is the following morning. I was hoping that was water because I couldn't really tell, just mixed with some grease, but that is definitely not water because it's not frozen, number one, and it's thick. So the hydraulic oil is fine, so I don't think it's hydraulic oil leak. I think it's gear oil because it smells like gear oil. So I'm going to, it's definitely not on the stick. So I am going to, and it was, I just checked it recently. So there's the stick there. I'm going to pull the plug. It says it holds like 4 gallons, but I have a gallon. Well, I've got a gallon and a half here that I have, but I'm going to put in and see if it starts to leak out on its own before I put in the amount of what it needs. All right, well, this is going to be the end of this video because I don't know when this is going to get fixed. So that's a lot of oil. That's probably about 4 gallons that came out, I'm thinking. So I put some in, as I talked about, and it came right out. So that whole swing motor and gearbox is going to have to come out, and I don't know when that will get fixed. Hopefully, as I talked about earlier in the hopefully it made the video, but at some point I was trying to swing and it did not want to swing. It would go only 180 degrees. It did not want to go completely around. So I was assuming something was frozen, but something must have broke loose in there and then ripped the seal, I guess, is what it was, because that is way too much oil. And like I said, it's pouring out. So I don't know when this one is going to be fixed. Got to get it out first. But I'll just show you what I did, and I guess maybe I'll bring the Mini out. Problem with the Mini, well, aside from the fact that it's about 6 times smaller, can't reach that far down. And I really want to get out as much as I can, or all of that out. And I could do it in tiers so I can get closer down, like kind of like what I did on that side. But as you saw how it pumps, the closer I get, I don't want to get too close to it to where it starts turning it into mush. You see how that all filled up? So I don't know, I've got some other things to do, but this is what I wanted to do because I want to get that broken dam closed up. So I don't know, I do not know what the next video will be, but I know that this is the end of this one. So I'm just so sick. I should buy a new one. I can't justify buying a brand new full-size excavator, because I am going to keep this when I am finished, but I can't justify buying a brand new one, like I did with the other, you know, the skid steer and the Mini and all that stuff. I mean, I'm going to use that forever, and I'll use it all the time. I'm not going to have forever a need to use this all the time. I mean, I will, trees go down or whatever, but I mean, I can't spend $250,000 on a machine that I'm only going to use once in a while. Like I said, if I decide to do some jobs afterwards, then maybe, but for right now, so I've got to get this fixed. So I'll keep you posted on how long it's going to take, but as usual, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.